Are you ready, Marvin? You got that clip ready? You do? All right. Have you seen the actual film, the whole film, the entire film? You haven't seen it. All right, Marvin, your homework's going to be, after this report, watch the entire film because you're going to love it. It's a great film. And you're going to understand more of what I'm talking about. All right, let's do it. Good afternoon. I'm Steve S.H. Walters reporting for Breaking News 500 here in Vero Beach, Florida. Today's topic is the man who shot Liberty Valance. Who shot him, folks? Who shot him? Who shot Liberty Valance? Well, this is a great film. Now, before we get on to the man that shot Liberty Valance, give us a subscribe, a like. We greatly appreciate you, and we appreciate all our loyal subscribers. You guys are the best. Now, let's get on to the man who shot Liberty Valance. This film was directed by John Ford and stars John Wayne and James Stewart. And it was the first time that John Wayne and James Stewart worked together. It co-stars Lee Marvin. Now, Lee Marvin should have got top billing because, you see, he plays Liberty Valance. He plays the rough, dangerous, mean outlaw Liberty Valance. And he does a fantastic job. And in my opinion, he stole the show. This film wouldn't have worked without him. But because of his character and his great role as Liberty Valance, it's a great Western film. It's a classic. Now, this film's got a little bit of everything. It's got drama, it's got romance, it's got gunplay, it's got action, all taking place in the western town of Shinbone. Now, the film starts out with the U.S. Senator Ranson Stoddard coming back to Shinbone to go to the funeral of his best friend, Tom Donovan, who was played by John Wayne. And he tells the story what happened 25 years ago back in Shinbone when it was a wild western town. So we go back and we see when this senator was a young lawyer coming up. And he believed in the law, folks. He didn't know how to fight or take care of himself. He didn't know how to use a gun. He believed in the law. He didn't know how to handle this western town. And he had run-ins with crazy wild outlaw Liberty Valance. Liberty Valance robbed him and beat him up. And he's trying to deal with all this. But he meets his best friend, Tom Donovan, played by John Wayne, his future wife, Hallie, and somehow he has to deal with this crazy wild outlaw, Liberty Valance, played by Lee Marvin. Now, we've got a great clip of this tenderfoot, James Stewart, playing Ranson Stoddard, dealing with this crazy wild outlaw, Liberty Valance. And everybody is fearful and scared of Liberty Valance, with good reason, folks, because this man is wild. He's crazy. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready, Marvin? It's a great clip. I'm laughing because it's not a funny clip, but it's kind of funny in a way. All right, you ready? Roll the clip.
Get out of that shadow, dude. You got two hands, Harry Slinger. Pick it up.
Oh, you're back. What do you think about that clip? Very good clip. Now what happens? How does he get out of this? How does he fight Liberty Valance? Well, you're going to have to watch the film to find out. Now I got a kick out of that clip because Liberty Valance, every time he shot at him, he would laugh. It was almost like he was saying, I'm going to kill this guy and I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. I just thought it was hilarious in that sense, you know. Now the film was done in black and white, basically for two reasons. Back in 1962, it was pretty expensive to put it into color. But the other reason was director John Ford said, you know what, this film won't work in color. That clip I just showed you, it wouldn't work. We need black and white to have the shade, the darkness, the grit, more authenticity to the film of a Western film. And I agree with him 100% on that. It works so much better. Now, they also had an all-star cast in this film. Vera Miles, Edmund O'Brien, Andy Devine, John Carradine, Strother Martin, Lee Van Cleef were all in this film. And director John Ford loved to give John Wayne a hard time. He knew about John Wayne's failed football career at USC, so he'd give him a hard time about that. But John Wayne had injuries, and he never enlisted in World War II, and he gave him a hard time about that. Meanwhile, James Stewart was a bomber pilot, and he commanded a bomber group, so director John Ford respected that, but he would ride John Wayne. Lee Marvin once said in an interview, he said that the director, John Ford, would look at Duke, he'd look at Duke, John Wayne, Duke, He'd look at Duke and he'd say, "No, Duke, not like that, do it like this." And he'd tell him how to do it. Well, John Wayne would follow his directions, do it, and it always worked out well for him. So John Wayne knew that his directing was a lot of reason for his rise to stardom. So he would cut him some slack, and I think that was a good thing. So they had a good working relationship, but there was some friction. Now, the song, the song, "The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance," written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David. The song, it was a top 10 hit at the time. The song, "The man who shot Liberty Valance, he shot Liberty Valance, he was the bravest of them all." I know what you're thinking. I should be a singer. But I'm not going to do it, folks. You know why? Because I got a heart. Because I don't want to put all those celebrities that you love, that are up on stage now singing, making millions of dollars, I don't want to put them out of work. If I hit the scene, they're all done. They're gone. They'll be unemployed. I don't want to do that to them. So I'm going to put my singing career on hold and stick with the Breaking News 500 and other projects. Isn't that nice of me? See, I have a heart, folks. I have a heart. Now, the film was made for $3.2 million, and it did $8 million at the box office. Also, in 2007, it was preserved and registered at the United States National Film Registry, which I think is a good thing. It's become an all-time classic, and most everyone loves and enjoys this Western film. Put down in the comments what you think. What's your favorite scene? Who's your favorite character? You know my favorite character. It's Liberty Valance. Lee Marvin did such a fantastic job as that character. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this report. I'm Steve S.H. Walters reporting for Breaking News 500. You know the rest, folks. Have a great day.